In our last episode, we explored the cultural origins of Sramanas and examined how ideas and concepts not associated with Buddhism could be mistakenly attributed to the Buddha's teachings. In this episode, our focus shifts to a close examination of a sermon delivered by Buddha, specifically in the Sramana Sutta. Within this discourse, we will uncover 6 philosophies advocated by other Sramanas, distinct from the teachings of Buddha Shakyamuni. This investigation aims to assist us in distinguishing counterfeit Buddhist messages and nurturing the growth of accurate understanding. Foremost, it is essential to understand that Buddha rejected doctrines from Vedic, Brahmanic, Shaiviti, and Shaktism traditions. These doctrines center around the worship of a supreme divine being and are commonly known as Hinduism today. Buddha did not advocate the worship of a supreme divine being. In this episode, we will not be discussing Hinduism and its influence on Buddhism. Instead, let's focus on the prevalent Sramana movement during Buddha's time. As mentioned in the previous episode, these Sramana teachings had a tendency to be mistaken as Buddha's teachings. Alrighty, without further ado, let's delve into the 6 Sramana beliefs that emerged during the time of Buddha Shakyamuni. It's crucial to emphasize that these are not Buddha's teachings. Please take note of this important distinction. The first Sramana belief that Buddha never taught denies the existence of morality, immorality, right or wrong, virtues or sins in the ultimate reality. This belief asserts that there is no reward for virtuous deeds and no negative consequence from sinful deeds. Therefore, it's crucial to recognize that content of a similar nature was not taught by Buddha. There might be a misconception about the concept of emptiness in Buddhism, with some people mistakenly interpreting it as implying a lack of distinctions between right and wrong. This misunderstanding might lead to the belief that one can act without consequences. It's important to clarify that emptiness in Buddhism does not mean absolute emptiness, nor does it negate the law of karma. Even after attaining enlightenment, the Buddha continued to conscientiously observe his actions and abstained from any harmful or negative deeds. In the upcoming episodes, we will delve further into the doctrine of emptiness. However, it is essential to establish a correct understanding of Buddhist teachings to avoid misinterpretations. The second belief that Buddha never taught claims that everything, including suffering and happiness, is predestined, and there is nothing an individual can do to change their destiny. Therefore, it's crucial to recognize the content of a similar nature was not taught by Buddha.
Do you think Buddha taught that everything in our lives is predetermined by our past karma and is unchangeable?
Good try, but no. Inserting a Buddhist term like karma does not alter the essence of Buddha's message. Buddhism upholds the concept of free will, believing that we can improve our lives by actively engaging in virtuous actions. The third belief that Buddha never taught is the concept that there is no afterlife and everything ceases to exist upon death. This perspective stems from the idea that we are composed of compound matter and there is no existence of a soul. According to this belief, one should focus on living happily in the present without fear of retribution in the afterlife. However, it's crucial to recognize that this viewpoint is not aligned with Buddha's teachings. Buddhism, in contrast, acknowledges the cycle of limitless rebirths until reaching enlightenment. The fourth belief that Buddha never taught is the concept of an eternal soul independent of the material world. According to this belief, in the ultimate reality, no individual is committing a deed. However, it's crucial to recognize that this perspective is not aligned with Buddha's teachings. Buddha emphasized the understanding that the cause and effect of our deeds follow us into our afterlives. The fifth belief that Buddha never taught posits an eternal soul and suggests that this eternal soul can only be liberated by self-restraint. The Sramana system supporting this belief advocates vegetarianism as a means towards liberation. To practice absolute renunciation, their holy men are naked because they do not own any properties, including clothing. Therefore, we should know that contents of a similar nature are not Buddha's teachings. The sixth belief that is not part of Buddha's teachings asserts that ultimate truth is beyond human comprehension. Therefore, adherents refuse to form any opinion about anything. We should recognize that content of a similar nature or such an attitude towards pursuing wisdom is not taught by the Buddha. As we reflect on these six beliefs of the Sramanas, it's crucial to recognize the potential influence of foreign ideas and beliefs blending into Buddhism. As discussed in the previous episode, this blending is facilitated by the dynamic exchange of ideas among individuals. Additionally, some people may arrive at similar conclusions independently, employing logical conjecture, inference, analogies, pondering views, and probability. The dynamic exchange of ideas, both in ancient and modern times, has paved the way for the incorporation of non-Buddhist elements into the fabric of Buddhism. To navigate this complex landscape, it is crucial to equip ourselves with the right understanding of what Buddha did or did not teach. For example, have you ever come across the popular metaphor comparing our unenlightened mind to a drop of water returning to the vast ocean upon enlightenment? Well, this metaphor actually originated from a non-Buddhist Brahmanic teaching. In the original Brahmanic teaching, this metaphor illustrates the human soul merging with the divine soul. Now, do you notice the similarity? This example highlights how a mere change in vocabulary might lead us to believe that a concept is Buddhist, even though its origin lies outside of Buddhism. In conclusion, we do not advocate intolerance. Every individual is free to choose their beliefs or paths. However, the Buddha's teachings can be likened to a road leading to enlightenment. Any deviation from this path might mislead us away from our desired destination. Therefore, it's crucial to have the right understanding about what Buddha taught or didn't teach, if we genuinely aspire to awaken just like the Buddha. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through Buddhism. We hope you found valuable insights that resonate with you. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with those seeking wisdom. Stay tuned for more thought-provoking content on unveiling Buddhism. Until then, may your path be filled with peace, wisdom, and compassion. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to explore, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Wishing you a mindful and fulfilling journey ahead. See you in the next episode.